Have you ever looked up at the vast night sky? Perhaps you have seen a familiar glowing circle. That is the moon, Earth's constant companion. It orbits our planet, a silent guardian in the darkness. The moon has been with us for billions of years. It has watched civilizations rise and fall. It has inspired poets, artists, and dreamers throughout history. Imagine for a moment if that friendly face was gone. What if the moon simply vanished, or what if it never existed at all? Our world, the Earth we know and love, would be a remarkably different place. It is a thought that opens up a universe of changes. The moon is more than just a pretty light. It is our closest celestial neighbor in the immense expanse of space. It is a large, rocky sphere covered in craters and dust. We see it change its shape throughout the month. Sometimes it is a full bright circle. Other times it is a thin silver crescent. These phases are part of its regular journey around Earth. Many people take the moon for granted. It is always there, a steady presence, but its influence on our planet is truly profound, reaching deep into the very fabric of life and Earth's systems in ways we might not immediately realize. Think about the stories and myths built around the moon. Ancient cultures worshipped it as a deity. Sailors used its light to navigate the dark oceans. Farmers planted their crops by its phases. The moon has a powerful hold on our imagination. It represents mystery, romance, and the quiet beauty of the night. Without it, our nights would lose a significant source of wonder. The sky would feel emptier, less magical. The stories we tell, the songs we sing might have been very different. Our connection to the cosmos would feel a little more distant without this bright beacon. But the moon's importance goes far beyond our cultural connections. It plays a critical role in shaping Earth's physical environment. It affects our oceans, our planet's rotation, and even our climate. Scientists have studied the moon extensively. They have learned how vital its presence is for the stability and conditions on Earth. If the moon were to disappear, the consequences would not just be darker nights. The changes would ripple through our entire planet, altering it in fundamental ways. Let us explore what some of those dramatic changes might be and understand just how much we owe to our lunar partner. One of the most visible effects of the moon is on Earth's oceans. The moon has gravity, a force that pulls things towards it. This gravity pulls on our entire planet, but it has a more noticeable effect on the water in our oceans. This pull is what causes the tides. As Earth spins, different parts of the planet pass through this bulge of water. This creates high tide when the water level rises. In other areas, the water level falls, creating low tide. This rhythmic rise and fall happens every single day, all thanks to the moon's gravitational hug. The sun also has gravity, and it also pulls on Earth's oceans. However, the sun is much farther away than the moon. Because of this great distance, the sun's tidal effect is weaker. It is less than half as strong as the moon's effect. So, while the sun does contribute to tides, the moon is the main director of this oceanic dance. Without the moon, the sun would still cause some tides. But these solar tides would be much smaller, much gentler. The dramatic difference between high and low tide that we see in many coastal areas would largely vanish, leaving a much calmer, less dynamic shoreline to observe around the world. Imagine a world where the ocean tides are just gentle lapping waves. Coastal ecosystems, which are rich with life, depend on the regular cycle of tides. Mangrove forests, salt marshes, and tide pools are home to countless creatures. These creatures have adapted to being covered and uncovered by water twice a day. Think of crabs, mussels, and barnacles. They thrive in this constantly changing environment. If the moon disappeared, these tidal zones would shrink or change drastically. The regular flushing of nutrients and removal of waste by strong tides would also diminish, impacting the health of these vital coastal habitats. The absence of strong lunar tides would have far-reaching consequences for marine life. Many species time their reproduction to the tidal cycles. For example, sea turtles often come ashore to lay their eggs during high tides. Some fish use the incoming tides to move into shallow feeding grounds. Without the moon's strong pull, these natural rhythms would be disrupted. The mixing of ocean waters, which tides help to drive, would also slow down. This mixing is important for distributing heat and nutrients throughout the oceans. A world without the moon would mean a world with far less vibrant and dynamic coastlines, and a much altered marine ecosystem. Our Earth spins on an axis, an imaginary line running through the North and South poles. This tilt of our axis is what gives us our seasons. As Earth orbits the Sun, different parts of the planet lean towards or away from the Sun. This tilt is currently about 23.5 degrees. The Moon plays a crucial role in keeping this tilt stable. Like a steadying hand on a spinning top, the Moon's gravity helps to prevent Earth's axis from wobbling too much. This gravitational influence has been incredibly important for maintaining a relatively stable climate over long periods of geological time, allowing complex life to evolve. Without the Moon's stabilizing presence, Earth's axial tilt could change dramatically over millions of years. Scientists believe it could swing wildly, perhaps from nearly 0 degrees, no seasons, to extreme tilts of over 45 degrees. Imagine a world where the North Pole points almost directly at the Sun for part of the year. This would lead to incredibly extreme seasons. Summers could become scorchingly hot in one hemisphere, while winters become unimaginably cold and dark. Such drastic climate shifts would make it very difficult for many forms of life, including humans, to survive. The consistent patterns we rely on would be gone. Furthermore, the Moon has been gradually slowing down Earth's rotation over billions of years. This is due to the tidal friction caused by the Moon's gravity. When the Earth was young, a day was much shorter, perhaps only 6 to 8 hours long. The Moon's gravitational pull created tidal bulges on Earth. As Earth spun, these bulges dragged against the planet's rotation, acting like a brake. If the Moon were to disappear suddenly, this braking effect would vanish. While Earth wouldn't instantly speed up dramatically, the long-term process of slowing down would cease. If the Moon had never existed, our days would likely be much shorter even now. Shorter days would mean more than just needing to reset our clocks. A faster spinning Earth would lead to significantly stronger winds and more violent weather systems. The Coriolis effect, which influences wind patterns and storm rotation, would be much more powerful. Hurricanes could become far more intense and destructive. The climate patterns we know, shaped by our current rotation speed and axial tilt, would be completely different. The relatively stable environment that the Moon helps maintain is a key factor in Earth's ability to support such a wide diversity of life. A wobbly, fast-spinning Earth would be a much harsher, more unpredictable place to call home. The Moon itself does not produce its own light. What we see as moonlight is actually sunlight. The Moon acts like a giant mirror in the sky, reflecting the Sun's rays back towards Earth. On a clear night, a full moon can illuminate the landscape quite brightly. It allows us to see our surroundings, casting soft shadows. For millennia before the invention of artificial lighting, moonlight was the primary source of illumination during the night. People relied on it for travel, for work, and for safety. It has shaped human activity and our perception of the nighttime world for our entire existence. Now picture a world without the Moon. The nights would be profoundly dark. Once the Sun sets, the only natural light would come from the distant stars and the faint glow of our galaxy, the Milky Way. While starlight is beautiful, it is far dimmer than moonlight. Navigating in such deep darkness would be extremely challenging. The familiar comfort of a moonlit path would be gone. Our cities, with their artificial lights, might seem like isolated islands of brightness in an ocean of black. The natural world, away from human settlements, would be plunged into a much deeper, more pervasive darkness than we currently experience, even on a moonless night. This constant deep darkness would have a significant impact on animal life, especially nocturnal creatures. Many animals have evolved to use moonlight. Some predators use it to hunt their prey. Some prey animals use it to watch out for danger. Certain species of birds and insects navigate using the Moon's position. Think of moths fluttering around a light or sea turtles' hatchlings finding their way to the ocean. Without moonlight, these animals would face new challenges. Their hunting strategies, their predator avoidance behaviors, and their migration patterns might all need to change, or they might struggle to survive in this altered environment. In summary, the disappearance of the Moon would fundamentally alter Earth. Our oceans would be calmer with much smaller tides, changing coastal ecosystems forever. Our planet's tilt might become unstable, leading to chaotic and extreme climate swings over geological timescales. Our days might have been shorter with more ferocious weather, and our nights would become incredibly dark, profoundly affecting the behavior of nocturnal life and removing a source of beauty and wonder from our sky. The moon is not just a celestial ornament, it is an essential partner that has helped make Earth the vibrant, life-sustaining planet we know. Its silent presence shapes our world in countless critical ways.